Everybody, it's Tuesday, April 5th. We are coming to you from out of the cellar.
It's no way. This can't be Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
For you.
If it's Tuesday, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So we do this. We just set up the microphones in the middle of the shop.
Uh-huh.
People can come in and ask questions, but we're not going to talk to them.
Nope.
Yep.
We'll talk about them loudly. Yep. We're at the shop right now.
Yeah, I see you over there, fatty. Hey, here's a tip for you. You're going to wreck that bike if you even get on it.
Yeah.
It's going to collapse under your weight.
Pick a different way to become normal sized.
You Steve Asante looking motherfucker.
With the fire. All right. For those of you who might have wondered why Homer's got the venom, he's been doing dabs all morning.
Dabs.
Dabs.
Yep. He's just been over there going.
I don't know what dabs are.
Oh no, well, dabs are go online and YouTube dabs sometime. Dab minus the dance portion.
Okay.
There's just a new way for potheads to do their marijuana that's
Do their marijuana.
yeah. They fall off couches and shit. You see dudes just
Like, seize out.
yeah. It's weird. It's kind of scary. It seems scary. I'm not sure I'm ready for this new.
Also, and for those of you unaware, Steve Asante, I don't know, this guy
Sounds
who
right.
ended up weighing like 800 pounds. He was put in a hospital for one of those like extreme weight loss things. Like he was so fat they couldn't even do lap band surgery. And over I forget how many months he lost 20 pounds. And it turns out they caught him. Presumably it wasn't the first time. They caught him ordering pizzas and having them delivered to his hospital room. So they kicked him out, and he ended up living in his dad's SUV.
Oh.
Like his dad wouldn't even take him back in.
How does an 800-pound man live in an SUV? Did he take some shit out first?
I don't have any idea.
Yeah. Oh.
But
I mean, I have trouble fitting like 2 or 3 bikes in the SUV sometimes.
And that weighs like, what, 60 pounds?
60, yeah.
well, the human body is a little more malleable, especially when you start ballooning out.
Yeah.
Has anyone? Don't remember his name. The YouTube guy that Max informed us about. He was,
my gosh.
Wrestling with the weather balloons.
I tried to show my wife a little bit of that.
45.
Has someone? If not, it should happen. Someone should like Photoshop or edit a video where he's wrestling with Steve Asante's girth.
It's like it's eating me.
The man checked himself in, I assume. I mean, you don't get sent by the government to hospitals for being fat.
I don't know if I think it was probably his dad was probably like, if you don't do this, I'm kicking you out of the house and you're on your own.
All right.
I would imagine. I doubt that he
Then cheating makes sense in that
volunteered.
case.
Or, I mean, he was and possibly still is. I don't know, on government assistance. So maybe they were like, no.
I don't think the government does give a fuck about that kind of shit. The government doesn't care what you do when you're on assistance, like in certain regards. They don't care if you produce 12 children. Why would they care if you produce 12 tons of your own mass?
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
Which I find to be kind of insulting because we have insurance through my wife's job now. Speaking of some adult shit that I hate thinking about or even acknowledging, but we have insurance, and the insurance company is kind of like, look, you get some free checkups. If you don't take advantage of the free checkups and 10 years down the road we find something that could have been prevented, then fuck you. We're not covering it. So insurance companies that are privatized kind of force you to do the correct things procedurally, but the government just, no, here's your check. Have another baby. Eat another ho-ho.
The government's going to get your money anyway.
Yeah.
It's true. Thank God.
You know, unless you're on assistance.
Unless I'm a sovereign citizen.
Well, even
I'm not even
then,
working.
a sovereign citizen.
I'm not even earning. I'm just performing tasks.
Hey, I've got this occurred to me recently, thinking about it off and on. Has a sovereign citizen ever said, "Oh no, I wasn't driving, I was traveling," and I would hope this happened. Do you think a police officer has told them that like penalized them with however they do it in basketball?
Mm-hmm. So the other team gets the ball and
yeah, or something like that. Like, all right, well, you know what? We're gonna have to take this up with the referee. Come with me.
Is God the referee, or is it? I'm sorry, Jesus Christ, Xenu,
the judge,
all-knowing.
The judge is the referee in this case.
All right,
Joe. What's his name?
Lions.
Yeah.
Joseph Lyons.
He's the referee.
Yeah.
I mean,
okay, where's Joe right now? Is he in the Philippines with his lady friend that he purchased? Okay, he didn't purchase her, but he wooed her with his American stacks. I love hearing his stories about how different they are because he's such a fucking weirdo. He doesn't really know how we are here.
Yeah.
He's so other.
that he's so weird. He sets off my weird R.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, 99% of the time, Chris will be like, "Oh, did you notice how weird that guy is?" No. But man, Joe Lyons, that. It's really hard not to notice.
I've surrounded myself with tiny pieces of his bikes that we've serviced over the past several thousand years at the shop, and I look at them and think of his crazy ass every once in a while.
I distinctly remember when I worked there and the shop was open until 6 o'clock. I was like, oh man, is like Joe Lyons, because he would have this tendency to show up right when the shop was closing.
Yes.
A few times, and he had a tendency a few times.
I have sympathy for him riding his bike from wherever the fuck.
Union City?
Yeah, Union City to Richmond. I have sympathy for that. That's badass. He rides his bike everywhere. I mean, he'll ride to Indy or Chicago to catch planes, to take these trips, to Sweden to visit doctors. I don't know what his life is really like at all. I know he's crazy as shit. And the sense that I was getting from him was he just didn't want to wake up earlier and head in earlier. So yeah, I'm real put off by that.
But I remember like it being open until 6 o'clock, and for some reason the thought occurred to me, like, is Joe Lyons gonna show up at 6 o'clock? Even though, you know, we started doing this, you know, not even a week ago.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how he would have heard about it. And he showed up at 6 o'clock.
Hey, you guys, glad you're here. We are too, Joe. We are too. And now we'll be here till 7. Oh, for all the listeners interested, open house is coming up. I preempted you reminding me of that.
Yeah.
My least favorite night of the entire year is the night before open house.
We have some time now. I thought it was a lot sooner than what it actually is.
Did you ever end up sticking around after work on that Friday before open house on the big cleanup night?
I did. I remember you said that year, at least, it was not as bad as it normally was. For whatever, like, I'm not going to get into the specifics, just in case. You know, in fact, I'm not even going to get into why I'm not getting into the specifics. But apparently it went a lot better that year, so I don't know if something's changed. But
it was pretty rough last year.
Last year was bad. I feel. I was tired.
So I lucked out.
Yeah.
We ended up being there till like 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying that was normal, but we were there.
And so preventable. So preventable. But hey, it's a fartle, and I'll bear it.
A fartle?
Yeah. I think that might be I think I learned it from some English class in high school, reading Shakespeare, bearing burdens. I love the word because obviously it sounds just like one of my favorite things in the world. Turtles.
Turtles. Do you have any fartles in your pocket that you give out to children?
I've got tiny fartles. We all have tiny fartles in our pocket. They're real fartles. They're not the conceptual fartles that fartles usually refer to. Oh wait. We need to address the viewer mail. Listener mail.
Oh yeah.
Biker Dude 420 has reached out to us.
Bike Dude
420 has reached out to us. I suspect this is my mom. She's a real joker. I think she found out about the podcast through my nephew, and I think she's fucking with us. So just keep that in mind.
All right, so you can pull up the email here.
Now listen, I'm gonna. But I swear to God, if you start talking about how fucking slow I run my own goddamn computer in my house, or how I'm clicking on the wrong goddamn things,
I'll give you all the information you need.
No, I don't need. That's not the issue.
It's
don't.
It's out of the Cellar podcast at gmail.com, and the password is what we use at the shop.
Oh, great. No, now Brock's going to have access. Cassie might have it. I don't know. I changed the password, you assholes. I don't trust you. As soon as one of you assholes is gone, I change the password.
Yeah.
Good. Does that mean I can say what it was when I worked there?
There's like, no.
No, because I haven't actually changed the password yet. No, please don't. Let's just list our account numbers at various vendors and the authorized people that they're allowed to talk to, so that someone can collapse the business with a simple telephone call or two. Is that on the YouTube? Or is that on Gmail?
It's Gmail.
Well,
is that on the YouTube?
Technically, it's both.
Well, technically, it's neither.
Oh. Okay. Whatever, man. I'm over it. I'm done.
Triggered.
We need to put a trigger warning.
Add account. Podcast?
Yep.
I've almost logged in.
Oh, that loading bar there it is.
All right, here we go. And if this is you, Mom, fuck you. This isn't funny.
All right. BikeDude420 at AOL.com says. We give out the whole email address.
Yeah.
AOL? That still exists?
Isn't that awesome? Are you going to read it, Maxie?
No.
Are you going to read the questions?
No.
Homer, are you going to read the questions? Or do you...
It's just kind of blurry.
All right, fine, I'll do it.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
I just got anxious. I can't. You do it. Little dabble, do you? Vape Nation.
All right. Well, I got to move my mic then so I can sit forward. Says Bike Dude 420 says, "Hey, Bike Dudes, long-time listener, first-time emailer here. I got 2 questions for you. Does pineapple belong on pizza, and is Homer perhaps interested in doing ASMR? Thanks for all the podcasts and keep up the dank memeage."
Meme's cool. Homer.
ASMR. I am vaguely aware of that. And you know what? That might be my meal ticket.
Cool.
That did not occur to me. And you know what? In high school, in the audio-visual class I took,
this is gonna be dank.
One of the things we did was we did a voiceover of footage of like a robotic arm, and whoever the teacher was, I don't remember, of course, because I don't remember anything except this apparently. She was like, you know what, you did really good at this. You've got a real natural voice for doing voiceover work.
You want to come over to my house after school and maybe talk to me? Homer.
Lull me to sleep. With your naturally ASMR-oriented voice.
Is that ASMR? I need to know.
Let's find out.
Yeah, because I'm tired of explaining it.
We're going to look up ASMR. Bike Dude 420 is into some deep shit that we aren't aware of. But Homer is totally willing to talk you off.
I'm 100% aware of it.
Autonomous sensory meridian response. That's what you...
ASMR, sounds that feel good. Oh, that's Reddit.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they say that.
Yeah.
Because it's Reddit.
All right, we're gonna play a video intended to trigger ASMR.
You have to have headphones on for it to work.
Well then, no.
What does Wikipedia say? Can we?
I'm gonna move my mic because I'm gonna read some Wikipedia for Homer. I apologize.
I don't have Wikipedia at home.
To anyone. Homer's been banned from Wikipedia everywhere. It's a euphoric experience characterized by a static-like or tingling sensation on the skin that typically begins on the scalp and moves down the back of the neck and upper spine, precipitating anal relaxation. So it loosens up your butthole by listening to Homer's voice.
Yeah. My voice lets you know to know you should prepare.
Oh my God. Okay, yeah.
The sensation and its triggers.
Some goofball. This was just a person that has come up with the term. It wasn't like a doctor or any clinical studies or anything like that generated this. This was just someone who felt good listening to voices and was like, ooh, I want to go on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it ASMR and I'm going to make a group for it. And now they're fucking famous for that.
Yeah.
I'm triggered. Jennifer Allen, you triggered me back in 2010 on the 25th of February. God damn it.
That is very recent.
Yes, it is.
Like even, maybe not overall in terms of the internet, but...
Or, life in general.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, and there's so many different... Okay, well, that's what it is. So yeah, I think we all know the answer. Is yes, Homer is very interested in doing
if I can
ASMR.
Get paid.
I thought that's kind of what this was. I thought you were hoping that some of our listeners would be experiencing that euphoria, and this is basically an internship. We're not getting paid.
Yeah, an internship,
and this still fucks with me so hard. Doing this fucks with me. It feels weird, man. It feels weird.
It was your idea.
I don't know that it was probably originally my idea. Homer came to me asking how we might be able to soothe Aaronell's turbulent soul. What?
Stop dodging these accusations.
So, Aaronell, how are you feeling right now?
No, pineapple does not belong on pizza.
That's not true. Also, that part of the question caused me to wonder if Bike Dude 420 was someone that knew us long ago when we were still ordering pineapple and ham pizza from Mancino's.
Yeah, we don't know who Bike Dude 420 is.
No. Again, I suspect... I have suspicions. She's never going to fess up, though. Withholding bitch. Oh, but man, Blaine, yeah. I'm dissing Nana here. Sorry. You're still a big dog. Keep on growing and learning.
Man, I spent all day yesterday digging a hole, and that was impressive.
I enjoyed the time that I had in your backyard digging the hole with your dad. That was a big hole.
Yeah, but not as big as the hole you dig there while you were talking to Blaine.
It's a big wet hole in your backyard that your father and I created.
Oh my God! So this hole, you've probably dug a fence post hole before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Several.
You're only supposed to dig about a foot and a half, maybe around.
If you plant little pussy ass posts,
and then about 2 feet deep is what you're supposed to do.
What are you putting up, the little things for croquet or something? What kind of sissy fence posts are you planting?
So this post that we had to dig out.
Because your fence blew down in the recent 900-mile-per-hour windstorm.
Yeah.
Man.
Did Dad send you any pictures of that?
No.
Okay, because I saw him taking pictures of it. There was a rock that was as big as the hole that you're supposed to dig, just in there. This hole ended up being like 4 feet wide and 2 feet deep and full of concrete and bricks and like river rocks. So it wasn't just dirt. There was no way to actually just dig this hole.
Awesome.
Ended up being a half hour of me in this hole beating the fuck out of everything in it with a sledgehammer.
Typical weekend for Maxwell.
So once we got this giant crater dug out, I had to fill it back in and then dig the proper sized hole with the fence post already there, because it was that big and that fucked up.
It sounds pretty fucking annoying.
Yeah. So we mixed up some concrete and set those in. Gonna be hanging up the rest of the fence today.
Yeah, listeners, we had us some wind. Saturday on the way home from work at 2:00, I rode in front of the shittiest fucking wind and rain. It ended up snowing. We had snow.
Yeah.
Like in our fucking front yard.
Yeah, and it was bright and sunny not 3 hours before that.
Yeah. Typical Midwestern bullshit. Fucking ill-tempered whore. How did you guys power go out at all?
No,
in the home?
actually.
God damn you all.
Yeah, my power stayed on.
So our power went out for like 3 or 4 hours. I drove to Steak and Shake and saw some massive down trees that had clipped some power lines. Drove over some power lines on the way to get my steak burgers. In the middle of nowhere, there was a utility pole, not near any trees, not near nothing. There were no down trees within a 2 or 3 poles of that spot, snapped in half, just hanging. Like maybe the power of tree falling up the road jerked it hard enough, and it was like the weakest utility pole in the line or something. It was very weird looking. Thank God we don't live in Indianapolis. I got to my grandparents yesterday early afternoon. Their fucking power had been out all night. My aunt and uncle live in Indian. They hadn't had power since Saturday afternoon. Yeah.
Electricity is important.
It's so entertaining. My wife and I were in the basement with a flashlight looking through our oh god, fuck it, let's play board games stack when the power came on, and I swear I felt elation.
Yeah.
I felt a joy. I was so glad we weren't going to play board games and that electronics were going to coddle us. And
these refrigerators and freezers that we're all pretty fond of use electricity also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. They had to have lost everything in their fridge that was fairly perishable. I mean, I'm sure certain carrots and shit might make... Oh, hold on. Come here, kitty. Come on, kitty. Let's ASMR somebody with your horking. All right. 5 minutes of nothing but that starting now.
I can't do what Ethan does, man. Like just in general, but
he smokes.
He vapes.
He vapes.
You don't hold it in.
Maybe you don't. I keep it in till it turns small again. Vape Nation. Oh man, I just cleared my throat real bad into the mic.
Yeah.
Did you feel that full force in your earpiece?
Nope. It wasn't as bad as you think. See, you don't even know when you're in the mic at all.
Did you pick up any of that?
All of it.
Okay. Yeah, I have no mic consciousness, mic awareness. The mushroom is invisible.
The mushroom is invisible?
Yep, the invisible mushroom.
Okay, it's just small. It's hard to see. It's not invisible.
Do anything else cool over the weekend?
I picked up a shitload of limbs and branches at my grandpa's house, and I think I doubled the size of their stick pile. And then my dad showed up and was like, man, there's a lot of sticks down out there. Oh, we're going to have a cleanup day. I was like, God damn it. I feel like I left all the sticks that you're allowed to mow over. But no, I did not.
Cool. I watched WrestleMania. That happened.
Yeah. Yeah, you...
I streamed WrestleMania for all the poor people who can't afford the $9.99 a month.
Do you hear that, Vince? Do you hear that? Maxwell just painted a target on his wallet for you and your lawyers to assault.
There were... At one point, there were 7,300 people watching this stream.
This motherfucker is sitting in his house. He's got thousands of people watching stupid-ass wrestling. He's corrupting the world.
Yeah. And the best part is, I never send the link to anybody.
You just title it WrestleMania?
No.
Or what do you put the title as the title?
I don't title it.
It has... Your stream has no title?
Yeah. It's
then
just just my channel. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how they find it, but they do.
Do you have a lot of subscribers that are tuned in at that point?
I think people ended up following it the first time that this happened,
and then found it through that maybe.
Yeah, and they like get a notification that I went live this time, but I have like 40 followers. And this, so after I shut it off this time, it said there were 170,000 views.
Now, does that mean basically during the course of the stream, 170,000 people connected at one point and started up the stream?
130,000 because the 40,000 was from the previous pay-per-view I streamed.
Oh, all right.
So I think that's how that works. I'm not sure.
All right.
I know at any one point there was somewhere between 5,000 and 7,300 people watching.
I'm not going to write to you in
That's
jail.
my good deed for this year. Is being charitable.
Good deed. Streaming Wrestle fucking Mania to people who are too cheap to... What is it that they would have to pay? $9 a month or $10 a month for the service, but if they just wanted to watch WrestleMania...
I did the math last night. If all 5,000 of them chipped in for the $9.99 for my subscription, it would have been like 150,000th of a cent each.
Son of a bitch! You need to crowdfund that shit.
Wait, no, not 150,000th, 150 millionth, because there were 2 zeros in front of it.
Set up a Bitcoin wallet.
Yeah,
people can send you Bitcoins.
Well, then they're paying me for this illegal product, which is worse.
Then you're a real criminal.
Yeah.
That's like that girl that got popped, back in the early 2000s. Everybody was copying every fucking movie onto the burnable discs that they could. And some dumb hoe down in Cincinnati started charging people. She was just some student in college. The FBI came down on her like a fucking ton of bricks.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you thinking?
The show itself wasn't very good. It was nowhere near as good as the NXT show on Friday. None of the matches went how I wanted them to go.
That's how they do you. They hate their fans. Don't they? I mean, isn't that a thing? They make money by pissing you people off. Getting you fucking hot. Rowdy.
That's not, but it's not that, like, yes, that is a thing, but it's not that thing right now. It's just people.
What, is that bad for business?
Yeah.
So what they're doing now, would you say that might be, I don't know.
No, I'm saying what they're doing
Good.
now is bad for business.
Good for business. Oh. But in their terms, probably not.
Like, the reason that the crowd boos now is not because they don't like the characters and it's the characters they want. Like, it's not because they're playing along. It's because they are the characters that they don't want to see at all. Like, the crowd is not playing along into the story and booing the bad guys. They keep booing the guy that WWE is pushing as the good guy.
Yeah. like I was booing Santino Rice for years. Project Runway jerk. Holy shit! We hit a point in Project Runway season 5 where they did a challenge where they dress a bunch of drag queens, and this is before RuPaul's Drag Race, and there were a handful of fucking queens that we recognized.
That's cool.
It was very cool. From years before, one of my least favorite queens of all time was on there. Acid Betty. Acid Betty's a real fucking bitch.
That sounds like a terrible name.
It's a terrible queen. She's just a hateful, ugly, hideous, and with the lip ring, like right in the middle of the bottom lip.
Gross.
Dude's like my age, like 40, 60.
I'm gonna say my favorite drag queen name that I've never seen used before, just so it's in a recorded fashion. Puff the Magic Drag Queen.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it.
Yeah. Max, 420. Put that shit away, man. There was a drag queen called Hedda Lettuce that I'd never seen before, whose thing was wearing green and being weird.
Go green.
Yeah.
Vape Nation.
420. Vaping cures cancer.
Vaping and eggs.
Vaping and
Eggs.
cut some vaping off your belly.
Green eggs and ham, if you know what I mean.
Whoa. My mind is blown.
VLT.
Vape lettuce and tomato.
That is that a flavor yet? Do you think
Probably.
for a vape? BLT.
Ethan picked up churro flavor, so I'm gonna go with fuck. I hope so. If there's churro flavored vape oil, then there better be BLTs, because churros, yuck. That's gross.
I mean, Jones Soda has, for however many years now, released different seasonal sodas.
All been terrible.
Right.
Yeah, which Jelly Belly apparently at one point released some kind of like Harry Potter tie-in.
Yeah.
Where
those were awesome.
in addition to the regular flavors, it was like earwax,
Birdie
vomit.
Bots, what was it? Every Flavors or whatever.
Yeah.
We found that you could buy those online, and we were buying those for everybody we knew for a while, like our family members and shit.
So yeah, they probably have a BLT vape
They had
oil
vomit.
somewhere.
They had a vomit flavored jelly bean that tasted like your mouth tasted after you fucking vomit. Did you ever eat any of those?
No.
Their fried egg fucking jelly bean was disgusting. It left that nasty egg taste in your mouth afterwards. Earwax was pretty good. Booger was pretty tasty.
Oh, yeah?
The booger one was really good. I really like to eat booger jelly beans. I order those by the nostril full, if you catch what I'm saying. I make my own.
I noticed that the timer is not visible on the recording for some reason, so I don't know how long we've been going.
You're a no talent!
Who are you?
I've been trained classically. I've been trained contemporaneously. You don't even know how to use your fucking laptop. Look at you sitting on the couch, staring at your phone,
Yeah.
wearing your 5-pair hat with your headphones on like you're some kind of recording professional. Well, fuck you. Get the fuck out of my house. Get the fuck off my couch. Quit offending my cats. Oh, man, that little goblin's got me hot.
Hot and bothered.
I wonder if he's aware
Hot and wet.
of it. Sounds like a wet one. I wonder if that guy's aware of his internet presence. How many of these people that have affected millions of us with this mirth or glee or hate are unaware of their place in the world?
Very few, possibly none.
It can't. Yeah, you
I know
can't really.
he apparently became aware of it. He appeared on someone's like radio show or something
Okay.
to try to talk about it.
Yeah.
I think it might have been like the specific location where that saxophone player was, or trumpet or trombone or whatever it was. Some brass instrument.
Some shitty brass instrument. What a bunch of gypsy shit, brass instruments. Fuck Aaron now. God. Busk elsewhere, you busker. So did he successfully win your heart over in that radio interview?
I never listened to it.
That's a yes.
Like, I became aware of it. So, for all I know, someone who linked to it, like, they weren't even linking to that guy talking to someone. It was something else entirely. I don't know.
Yeah, clickbait.
But,
and you didn't fall for it. I do like that a lot of these internet celebrities have had a chance. A lot of venues do offer them a chance to kind of come forward under different circumstances and prove that they are either a complete cunt or they're reasonable people that were just seen through a unreasonable lens or some shit.
One guy had a documentary made about him.
Winnebago Man?
Winnebago Man, yeah. And actually, I can think of another one, although I'm pretty sure the one that was about the two guys that were recorded are already dead. Were when they started doing the documentary called Shut Up, Little Man.
Yes, the neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's taking us back. Was that 10 years ago-ish? 8 years? How long ago are we talking? 6 years? Fuck, I'm old. I don't know.
I don't know how old the documentary is, but they were recording this in like the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
And circulating like cassette tapes. Sort of like Winnebago Man. That was VHS era.
Some hot shit.
Weird guy losing it on camera. It's vintage Meltdown.
Yeah.
And that one was sort of interesting to me because they found the guy and he talked about how hot and humid it was and how frustrating the shoot was and everything. Mm-hmm. But like even just normally he's kind of right there anyway.
I mean, yeah, no matter how calm you can be and explain some shit, if you were in that place, you were in that place. I mean, you're not going to divorce your personality from me with this crazy speech about how the conditions were contributing.
And also, I don't recall him like really truly losing it the way that guy did at the trumpet player.
Oh,
like,
man,
he just got frustrated and was like, okay, whatever, let's start again.
Yeah.
Trumpet player, I'm not sure.
That was a verbal assault. Yeah, that was uncalled for.
And he started like swinging his arms around with the bag or whatever.
Yeah.
That one.
An angry
That
little
one
goblin.
was nuts.
I want a documentary about that old guy that picked up that fridge and put it in the back of that truck.
The redneck?
No, like the really old guy.
I thought he was an old redneck dude.
I don't remember him being particularly redneck.
I mean, if you're an old man lifting a refrigerator into the bed of a pickup truck on camera, there's probably a 90-something% chance that you are a redneck. Not to get too Jeff Foxworthy here.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, it was a really good one.
All right, fine.
Well, yeah, let's try to find it.
You might be a redneck if you look for this shit on YouTube.
No, you did. See, that's the wrong syntax.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sorry.
If you look for this shit on YouTube, you might be a redneck.
If you look for this shit on YouTube...
Just search for it. Don't.
All right.
Old man... I don't even know what to search for.
Old man lifting fridge truck.
Yep. There it is. Second one down.
Yeah.
Old man lifts fridge over his head.
You really gonna call this guy not a redneck?
He's in
just because he dressed up in his Sunday best for the video.
Shut up. I want to hear it.
All right, we'll start it over. I feel terrible. We shouldn't discuss till it's over. Are you ready?
This looks like an art teacher to me.
He looks Amish.
Not too bad for a 50-year-old, huh? 51. What do you want, hon?
Over that way, dear.
Over here? In the trunk?
In the truck's good.
Somebody forgot to put the tailgate down. Next time, put the tailgate down.
Yeah. No, there's no way that dude's a redneck. That truck was way too new. That shirt was way too nice.
Oh, now you're just judging. Why do we... Oh, shit. That's the sound of Stardew.
Yeah.
It's raining in my game right now, waiting for me to come back.
Somebody forgot to put the tailgate down.
He looks like a couple of people that we've seen in the shop.
Yeah.
Gross.
Why don't you add that? Hit add to, see if there's a favorites playlist on the podcast account. No? Well, hit the like button then.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I like this.
Yep.
The podcast officially likes this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, we'll be able to use this as our alternate board watching garbage on YouTube account.
This is so the idea is that we'll be able to add stuff here to remember for the next episode.
Wait, I thought this was the final episode. Fuck. Have we heard back from Seth yet?
No, but he started following my personal Instagram account the other day.
Max and this high school kid
I don't know why.
playing with each other online is the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Speaking of people following Instagram accounts, Catfish has started a new season.
Oh, cool.
It's 3 episodes in so far.
Ooh.
And it's the same, which, I'm fine with.
Is what's his name back?
Max, yes.
All right.
No, I'm right here.
Catfish Max.
I watch Catfish for Max. I hate Neve. I hate Neve.
Yes.
Neve is a little hairy gnome bitch man, and he's so fake.
Max is a slightly less little hairy gnome bitch man.
Yes.
Max seems somewhat normal and well-adjusted.
Yeah.
Neve is... I feel like I know but can't quite remember a better way of putting it. So the best way I can think of right now is limp-wristed. Ineffectual.
He's a rodent, man. He's constantly using his little rodent hands to reach into people's shit and fuck with it.
He's my generation's Joey Greco.
No. Are you talking about my boy that got stabbed in maritime status? Yeah. Oh, Joey Greco. He was doing God's work. Cheaters. The host that jumped onto the wrong boat and the dude was like, nope, stab, stab. I don't know what Joey Greco thought he was fucking doing. That guy was headed toward death.
That guy was a hero.
Certainly headed toward death. The kind of people that cheat and do crazy shit and are hiding and running around are, I'm going to say, wild cards.
And
they might be packing.
Such a good show.
Cheaters was good. Cheaters was all right. I mean, it had its moments.
Yeah. Catfish, of course, like Cops, it's the same thing like every episode, but that's fine because that's why I watch it.
Yeah.
And
it's the human variable, man.
I'm starting to think, that Catfish is actually funded by various cults so that they, and then the cults watch it and they're like, okay, how do we reach out to this person?
Oh, yeah.
It's like, because a lot of those people, it's, that's desperately clinging to I really want to meet this person who only talked to me on the phone once.
Well, and what kills me is we don't get very much of the people. We get a little bit of screen time with them, but they're good at putting on a semi-normal face for the amount of camera time they get. It's just that I don't get these people at all. They put a normal face forth, but then they're the subject of this show that centers around their completely insane, unreasonable fucking dream of another person. I don't know.
And then they go to the other person and they don't really get a chance to prepare themselves. Or, well, they do, but a lot of them can't really hide it. This most recent one involved some girl in New York who like didn't have any problems. You know, she was a good-looking woman, but for some reason she was really wanting to meet this guy who lived in California and was going to like move out and do her 4-year college in California.
Ooh.
Well, and that guy was just like, no, I don't want to meet her. And Neve and Max were like, well, too bad, we're coming to you. And they did, and apparently, like, nobody that guy knew was even aware of this girl. Like, he wasn't telling her, wasn't telling anyone. And he had been doing it with another girl. Well, they catch up with him, and he's got that weird, like, hyper stammering kind of thing when someone's really nervous.
Yeah.
And it's very obvious they're bullshitting you.
Hard to watch.
And for some reason, that chick was just like, yeah, this is fine. You know.
Wow.
Like, for some reason, she was just like, yeah, I'll stick around with him. Like, you know.
You got to be broken.
At
You're
that point,
broken.
at that point, you know, you kind of deserve what you get.
Yeah, she's broken.
A lot of the
I'm
time.
sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry because I don't give a shit about these people or any other people. No lives matter.
Nope.
Not even your life, Blaine. You think you're special? Your mom and dad tell you you're special? My mom, your nana tell you you're special, Blaine? Well, yeah, fuck that. You're not. Just another average sack of shit like the rest of us. And that's real.
Yep. Real like this picture of the spindle that Brock put on Instagram.
Oh, Jesus. I take all that back, Blaine. You're special. Whoa!
I feel the need to see this.
The bottom bracket spindle is like 8 inches longer than it needs to be.
Yes.
That is something.
Did Brock put that in there? Was he proud of his work? Damn it, Warner.
Brock, you're fucking up.
Damn it. Go forth and do good. Yeah, Brock and his wife are looking to leave Portland. Did I already mention that in a podcast at some point?
I don't know. You mentioned it so many times that I can't.
Yeah,
keep
that's
track
true.
of it.
And I'm bad. I'm sorry.
You mentioned them being in Portland like a couple weeks ago.
All right. Homer with the facts. Best of luck getting out of Portland. I would do that real quick.
The dream of the 90s is dead
It is deader than shit.
in the Warner's eyes.
Deader than Marzocchi 90s era cantilever mount having suspension forks. Let's keep it shop, bitch. Oh, wait.
What else?
We might think about if anybody gives us feedback or is willing to give us feedback that's listening to this.
Out of the Cellar Podcast at gmail.com. Hit us up.
Yeah. Like this shit, subscribe, hit us up. Max's phone number is 765-962-5480.
Papa bless.
And he is a thirsty young man for all of you bitches out there that's listening. He will drink of your love and urinate it out.
Oh,
So were you
text message.
doing the dad from Heart She-Holler there? Is that
Oh
the
my
end of the
God.
patriarch?
Maybe accidentally, yeah.
I'm like halfway through season 2. Max just shot me a look.
Season 1.
No, I saw something
Okay.
about out on the
It sure
street.
seemed like
Yeah.
like he suddenly jerked his head up in my direction. Like,
that-
oh, you're
that was-
talking about.
That was my 12th Street reflexes
Yeah.
of seeing somebody walk past the window.
That's what happens when an SUV drives by. You need to know what's going on.
I'm like halfway through season 2, and Amy Sedaris just isn't cutting it.
She doesn't do.
Especially not after Kristen Shaw.
Nope. And it sucks because season 2 has more episodes than season 1 did. There's more Amy Sedaris. But the doctor. And in particular, the first scene, well, it was the scene where Amy Sedaris approaches the doctor to have her lady parts reconfigured. The little speech that the doctor gives her when he wakes her up that culminates with him saying, "And I teabagged your D cups with D's nuts." That fucking speech is some of the best television in the history of mankind. I'm not going to try to quote any more of it because I will mangle it,
Yeah.
but I did to Max in the shop and it was bad.
Yeah.
Here, let me try it. Let's
No.
do it. Are you ready?
No.
Oh, God.
This town is cursed. Cursed with a secret.
And the secret is everybody knows there's a curse. Or what? Wait, was that what it was?
No, man. Well, a lot of that dialogue
Let's do this.
is so weird and mixed up that it's really hard to like quote it exactly, I think.
But if anybody out there has not seen the fucking The Heart She Holler, you are failing yourself. Max hasn't watched it. He's a puke.
Not going to.
I'm going to continue being thirsty. Gonna die of thirst.
Continually dehydrated.
Yep. No,
I think it was this town has a secret. And the secret is that the town is cursed. But the curse is that everyone thinks that the curse is a secret. A kind of weird self-negating
hot dog
or words that just get twisted around just a little bit.
Good cooteries, basically.
It
Just
appeals to me.
And cast-wise, until they swapped out Kristen Shaw, who I'm sure was just too busy to do it.
Yeah.
Had better things to do.
Yeah, well, I don't think she had better things to do, but she was too busy. And
had to go be on The Last Man on Earth.
I'm going to hold that against her.
Show.
I'm going to hold that against her for a long time. Probably ever.
Also had to go be Louise on Bob's Burgers.
Yeah, Bob's Burgers.
I don't know how long it's been in production, how much time it took for, but she apparently is in the most recent Melissa McCarthy release, The Boss.
Gross.
Yeah.
Don't know what that is.
That's unfortunate, seeing somebody as talented as Kristen Shaw in a movie that bad.
Was Melissa McCarthy the lady that keeps hosting Saturday Night Live?
Yep.
And she's like a little big.
She's not a little big. She's fat.
Hold on. All right.
She's
now,
boss?
this is an ongoing debate. Max and I have different definitions of what fat is.
She's fucking fat. Like, this
She
is...
She's not as fat as she used to be.
The debate's over. I'm done.
She's not as fat as she used to be.
I accept.
In fact, I think she got fired from the show she was on because she lost weight. They were like, no, you're not fat enough anymore.
Now, that seems very Hollywood. Getting fired for not being fat enough.
Yeah, because she was in a show where the main joke was her
Fat
and her
jokes?
fat husband.
Huh.
Yeah, it was like Mike and Molly,
Yeah.
I think.
A fine CBS product.
Which is interesting because 30 Rock predicted that years and years ago.
Why's your internet so slow, bro?
I don't know. I was just looking at my router lights to see if perhaps one or more of them were blinking or off or something.
Did you forget to pay your cable bill, bro?
Oh, tits.
Did
That's
your-
it.
What's wrong with your internet, bro?
The internet's been bad for the past couple of days since that windstorm. In fact, I might kill myself today.
An internet tube probably broken. Now there's internet just leaking everywhere.
I thought I saw a little in the drainage ditch over by the old Mormon tabernacle up there.
Her.
Okay, now maybe she was fat at some points. I don't know. I don't remember seeing her and just thinking, holy fuck, that is a fat bitch.
Yeah, that's not fat.
Whoa! I never saw her looking that big. Was that how big she was for the show with the jokes about her being fat? With
That's
her
how
fat
big
husband?
she was every goddamn time she was on SNL.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, they really do great with her outfits then, because I never registered that. Or I'm skewed, and to me, for some reason, that doesn't look like fat late at night when I'm watching SNL with my wife. I don't know. Shout out to my wife. You're the best. Keep it up.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Don't you motherfuckers wish you had a wife to shout out to? What? A shared wife? Would you guys share a wife? Would you ever?
No.
You wouldn't even think about it.
No.
Is it because you hate each other?
Sure.
Homer's the first to shake his head yes. Yep. All right.
Sure, whatever.
This is some serious
Hey,
discomfort on my couch right now.
Speaking of your wife, how goes the quest for chickens?
Well, we haven't moved forward yet.
They got blown away.
Yeah. Thank God, because they would have. They'd have been fucked. We got to go one of these weekends. One of these weekends soon. Oh, man.
I have the knife. I have the power.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, my clicker. Should I go get my gun and like slide the rack up to the mic a few times?
No,
Do we need a gun in the room?
it's not a toy.
Do you guys want some? It is a toy. I mean, if you use it right, it's a toy. If you brandish it right.
Yeah, fucked up this knife is already.
Do you know?
You've only had this for 4 months.
Yeah. I ain't no joke.
Oh, I just now
I ain't
realized
no-
that it's off center.
No
from the
sissy.
handle. That's not cool.
He's a quick one.
Well, I haven't actually held it in my hand and examined it a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Give it here.
Pass it around, fellas.
Man. That is a lot heavier than I was thinking it would be.
Yeah.
I think the
Yep. There you go.
I think the Microtech version is significantly lighter.
I don't know.
Also,
The weight doesn't bother me.
no, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I think I've even held a Microtech knockoff that was pretty light compared to mine, but it was also way smaller, so that definitely factors in.
I mean, it's not
It ain't no Canyon Blair.
Nope.
it's not unbearable, but that's a lot heavier than I'm used to. Like,
Would you
here's
call
my,
my knife
non-assisted opening knife? Although you can do that
Yeah.
if you use the thumb stud just a little bit. Let's keep talking about knives. Nobody listening to this can see.
Oh, Jesus, I just cut my hand. It's bleeding everywhere. Oh, Max passed out from the blood site.
Yeah.
No, none of that happened. But you listeners wouldn't know because we don't have video.
This one does have a sick dragon on it, though.
Yeah. Oh man.
A bad dragon.
Look at that dragon.
I think I've seen this knife. Yeah.
Probably have.
Homer's little stabber.
Little stabber he keeps in his pants.
Yeah. Oh my God! All right, shop story.
Shop story for those that weren't listening, or
Shop story.
You know, microphones.
Yeah, I was walking across the room throwing knives. One of my least favorite people came in again this week, and I just don't like him. I mean,
Who was this?
Tim.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Narc.
That was two different Tim Allen sounds at once.
No, that was all Max. Don't try to act like somebody was adding to that shit. That was a wet one. Tim came in this week and was bitching about he has a son. He bitches about his son a lot. Tim's old.
He
his
bitches
son's
about a
old.
lot of stuff.
He just bitches. He's a bitch.
Bitch is gonna bitch.
Yep. Bitches. Bitching about his son's tattoos. His son did a bid in prison. And in fact, one of his tattoos that he really doesn't like apparently is his tattoo of his prison name. Which he was like, his prison name is Skeeter. And I asked him, a father to his son, what, did they call you that because you got such a little tiny pecker? Like Skeeter, like the mosquitoes, proboscis, I guess. I don't know. Good times. Thanks, Tim. I loved every second of that interaction. I hope you're...
They called him Skeeter because he's got this weird sort of turquoise skin, a high-pitched voice, and he honks.
Yeah. Man, I just had
I hope that guy loses his feet from diabetes.
holy shit, yeah, his feet were falling off, he said.
Yeah,
Which I don't hope he loses his feet, but
I do. Just so he doesn't come in anymore.
He's such a pain in the ass. He continually makes stupid fucking decisions like buying stolen bikes off of junkies and then blames the world around him rather than himself.
Yeah.
Man. And
But his God says that woman was created to serve man.
oh man. Yep, that's a fact. He doesn't understand why all the women and people in his life have left him alone in some shithole apartment without a thought.
Is that why his son went to prison to get away from him?
He tried to kill his dad to go to prison. Attempted.
Yeah, I mean, either way, he doesn't have to deal with his dad anymore. You know.
Apparently not, though.
No shit.
Still has to deal with his dad going around asking him if he has a tiny dick.
Yeah. Hey, Skeeter.
Now, just FYI, you should. I feel I should warn you about this. If he does lose his feet, that doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to come in. I think it's more likely he's going to keep coming in, and then he's going to be bitch about how costly and
hand cycles
how difficult it is to get the parts that he feels like he needs to be able to ride a bike with his prosthetic feet.
His gentle nubs.
His nubs.
Yeah, but my plan is where he just loses his feet and then has no one else to enable him to go anywhere.
Ooh.
To do anything. So he just sits in his house.
Like 70 feet from where you're chilling and playing on your computer.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Like, that's a weird reality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, this guy lives on Max's street.
Yeah. On the almost on the
Catty
same
corner block, yeah.
Oh, speaking of things that are in close proximity, the house next to us has been fully demolished.
Wonderful. Continuing this.
It's basically half pit and half rubble pile.
Gonna start a business in there?
Probably not.
Sell some.
But
Still some rubble.
Lawn rocks?
We're probably gonna start a garden over there.
Nice.
And we've actually got a garden going right now. Pretty sure I saw some little sprouts, some little seedlings
Sweet.
pushing up out of the ground. And we're trying the whole rabbit breeding thing again.
Nice.
We're going to get some outdoor hutches and whatnot. And,
You using your Skeeter to breed them rabbits, Homer? Is that why they call you Skeeter, Homer? Because of them rabbits on the sun? Oh, wow.
No,
I just referenced your Gmail account.
Oh, thanks.
Right. Yes. Oh, shit. And then I just laid it bare.
Whatever.
Spin him up. Hit him up.
Yeah, get ready for me to not reply because I only check like once a week, and if I don't recognize the account, it's just going deleted. So
I reply to every email I get.
There for a while at the
Even the
shop.
ones that say no reply.
I reply to every scammer at the shop with really shitty, hateful messages.
Why?
I don't know, because I'm an old man. I just hope that they're getting them.
we still get mail at our house for my mom.
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't sting as much as it used to. But I do find myself wanting to return it, use the return envelope, and inside leave a little note. Or like take the form and in big Sharpie, just "she's dead, you fucks."
Yeah.
Or maybe send them a note like, "Okay, I'm interested in this, but what I want to know is, would it be possible for me to file a life insurance policy for her and then collect, even though she's been dead for over a year?" Well, maybe not ask them, but I would. Do you think I could do that? Do you think I could?
I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Is that insurance fraud?
it's a potential retirement plan.
It is. It is literally insurance fraud. But
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well,
But it's not fraud if you don't get caught.
yeah, true. And if I do get caught,
it's still fraud. It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
Wait a minute. No, it's not murder if you don't get caught.
It's still murder.
CeeLo Green taught me it's not rape if you don't get caught.
No, it was not rape if she doesn't wake up or something.
That is a factor too. If she doesn't wake up and you don't get caught, then you basically have committed no act.
Well, but the implication is that you could get caught. But if she did not object or was not conscious.
Now, whoa, that's a weird woman that's going to wake up to some stranger pounding on her, you know what, and just, well, all right. No objection. Finish your business. I'll just return to my nap.
Man, I keep forgetting that I intend to look it up. I saw a couple YouTube clips of some woman doing like open mic stand up, and she's wearing like a dress and those like gloves that go up past the wrist, made out of silk or whatever.
Cool.
And she was doing rape jokes, and it was great. She was like, someone talking to her and like, yeah, but didn't you ever like wake up at a party and you don't remember what happened, and like you look and there's some weird guy, and she's and so I told her, I don't wake up at parties. Or, you know, some other girl talking about how scared she is about being raped, and she told the girl, you know, you're like 4 or 5 down on the list probably, so you don't have much to worry about. Just like really deadpan monotone.
Got such an unrapeable face.
It was very enjoyable to see.
Rape is very enjoyable.
No, I
loved passing over you as an opportunity for rape in lieu of one of the better candidates. It was very enjoyable. Inflated my ego.
Inflated my weather balloon.
Fully torqued.
inflated my weather balloon. Oh boy. I'm gonna go at you like you was a weather balloon, lady.
Oh man, that really blew up my balloon.
So many hugs on so many weather balloons on one channel.
Oh, so many hot videos of parties in Second Life also.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about his other hobby.
You should probably play that video.
All right.
Should probably play that video.
I'm playing that video.
Man, your internet, bro.
I'm telling you, it's been fucky because our internet comes in on these lines that are hanging out. My power was down this morning when I woke up. I was awakened by the beep of my UPS in the living room. I almost had to call you honkies and tell you not to show up, but fortunately, our P&L flipped that switch.
Podcast over.
And there were two, yeah, because we're not hooked up to the UPS at all.
Hey, well, while we wait for your internet to load,
It's not gonna happen.
I've got a couple jokes pulled from the. I watched Jimmy Carr's Netflix special, and overall it wasn't that good.
Jimmy Carr's, okay.
But
Yeah, I don't know.
that's Carr with 2 R's.
Yeah.
Some of it was really good, but some of it was more predictable. Yeah.
I like him as a host.
Okay, so what's the difference between a lentil and a chickpea? It doesn't cost $200 to have a lentil on my face.
Oh. Jimmy Carr.
Or mom's talking to her son about, and son tells his mom that he got kicked out of school because a girl gave him a hand job under his desk, and she said, "Oh, son, that's the 3rd school this year. Maybe teaching's just not for you."
Jimmy Carr bringing the pedophiliac.
Those were actually, he was reading tweets that people sent him.
What? Those were... He was doing a special reading other people's tweets
Part of it.
as material?
Part of it, yeah.
Wow. The internet...
He's good on Twitter.
He also did a thing where he talks about heckling, and he's like, you know what? Just get it out of your system. It's open. Heckle me all you want. And some guy, I don't remember what it was, he had some like really, really weak attempt at heckling, and Jimmy Carr ripped into him about how his mom is a prostitute, and just went on for quite a while, for several minutes. And then the guy said, well, you've got, your face is like a plasma screen TV, something like that.
Ouch.
And Jimmy's just like, what? Like he was very confused. Like, what are you, what?
What are the implications?
And the guy explains, like, well, your head is very wide. And and Jimmy was stunned a little bit. Like, okay, I just called your mom a prostitute,
You have a wide face.
and you're telling me that my face is wide.
Slightly
like
wide.
That's your response.
Yeah.
It was very weird and awkward and
Keeping
enjoyable.
it on the same level.
I've also watched all 3 of the Hannibal Buress specials that are on Netflix.
Oh. I watched one of them.
His most recent one I thought was the weakest. It was still good, but I didn't like it as much.
You all up on Broad City?
Yes,
Good.
I am keeping up with Broad City. It's
I'm not having many complaints. I'm enjoying it.
Have you seen the Solstice games where Abby? You find out what Abby's like when she gets competitive.
Yes.
Oh, that was good.
Yes.
The same one where Alana is put in charge of the Twitter account.
Yes.
Oh, that was
a good episode.
that went as well as it should have.
I didn't really care for the Tony Danza episode.
Tony Danza episode.
There's a Tony Danza episode coming up. I think it was episode 6.
Tony Danza tap dance extravaganza.
Tony Danza's one of their fathers. Yep.
All right. Well,
Fuck yeah. That's the best thing I've heard about that show yet.
No.
Hulu must be
you
like-
might think that, but it does not play out very well.
I
No,
think
there's no way that could go wrong.
Sure. Angela.
For me, there's no way that could go wrong.
Oh, I forgot about your thing for Tony Danza. I'm sorry.
There's actually a band called the Tony Danza Tap Dance Extravaganza. They're not very good.
oh, what a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shocking.
a try-hard name like that has a shitty band? Wow.
Who's the boss of Who's the Boss? Oh man, that was a good episode of Community. A
Dave
show that
Coulier.
Yeah.
I don't really feel like watching again.
I can't go back. That was fun while it was happening, but I really just...
That was good.
Chevy Chase fell so hard.
Chevy Chase did fine in there. I did... He's an old man. What do you want him to do?
I want him to not be anything other than...
You want him to go out like Clint Eastwood? What was that?
I want him to not be in anything anymore, basically.
I think that's pretty much going to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty much where he's at.
Yeah.
I mean, well, if he could
you
go
should
back
be happy.
and remove himself from Community, that would be
Well, now
ideal.
we're getting a little bit deep and silly. What you want is not possible.
I want him to stop ruining his KDR.
Well, he has
Because
that.
he's going out there and
He's
he's
done.
playing like shit, getting a whole bunch of deaths driving down that KDR.
It's just a slump. He was good. I liked him in Community, and he was a very key part of that show not sucking. When he left,
Which is weird because that show kind of sucked.
how much of it did you watch?
Like none of it.
Okay, says an expert.
It had Joel McHale in it, so I can't imagine that it was great.
I know that it doesn't give you boners like WrestleMania does, but it's just different. It's not bad. You just didn't even try it. And I don't care for Joel McHale, but I also balls
really-
deep in the soup.
I really don't like what's his name? That wannabe rapper.
Donald Glover,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Childish
Okay.
Gambino.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Childish Gambino.
If I had to select, I mean, that character, the Abed Troy character thing,
And oh my god, guys,
Was not the
Allison Brie
strongest.
is so hot. No.
wow, you're just letting internet nerds tell you what not to watch.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. That's a legitimate reason these days.
Yeah, everything about that show drives me away from it.
Everything about it but the show itself, because I have yet to experience it. The smell of the show, the sight of the show. No, well now I don't. Yeah, it's so moot. There's no point in talking about it. It's not like you're ever gonna go back and watch Community. I'm sure as fuck not. And I believe there was a season. Was there a season that we haven't watched? You and I.
probably. I know Yahoo picked it up.
Oh, yeah, that was a thing that they tried to push real hard and then never went anywhere with it.
Mm-hmm. However, was Community the first thing that I used? That's the first thing Dan Harmon did that I was aware of.
I think, yeah.
Thank you for Rick and Morty, at least. I enjoy Rick and Morty.
Where'd my phone go? I thought I knew his name from something else also. What the fuck is my phone?
I know there was something, at least on one point on Netflix, called Harmontown, but
There it is.
I don't know.
Under my ass.
But,
Harmontown. Yeah, I think I saw that as well.
show us what you got.
Also, I'm missing Reg Show. I'm missing Reg Show. In particular, Margaret. That was one of my favorite cartoon characters of all time. One of the most interesting, well fleshed out characters.
Oh, yes.
And every Margaret episode was seriously like the top 10 Reg Show episodes are all Margaret episodes.
Yes. This is a thing that we genuinely believe.
Yes. Yes. Even though Max is a CJ type of guy, all you had to do was follow the train.
Who?
Cloudy Jr.?
Oh, right.
Cloudy J.
Cloudy J. Yeah, Jr. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Fucking Muscle Man and his sweet muscle tits. I do miss us running around in the shop doing a lot of Muscle Man howling.
I really liked seeing Muscle Man get hit in the face with his own man tits. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Good show. Regular show if anybody is listening that is unaware of it for some weird
It's one
reason.
of those dumbass cartoons.
Yeah.
And also, no, Margaret is a terrible character, and
Yeah, Margaret's terrible.
Margaret's
whole
fine.
Mordecai.
Mordecai. Yeah, Mordecai's almost bad enough. Like, he as a foil, okay. I mean, Rigby needs his Mordecai, but
Yeah.
Morty is shit. Margaret is shit. They're just
Mordecai's the
normies.
base.
They're
Rigby's the
normies.
acid.
Man, Rig baby. Rig baby. No, I can't talk like Muscle Man now. I need to do some dabs.
Pops is the best anyway.
I do like Pops.
No, Eileen is the best.
Eileen is cool. I love Rigby's little tore up butt scar.
The one cheek wonder.
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Come to my macaroni party, then we take a nap. Oh, snap. Oh, snap.
Yeah, I've given up on regular show, and I think I might have given up on Adventure Time. This most recent season, I forget. I watched the 5-part stakes thing.
Yeah.
Marceline, and I don't know. I've gone
Yeah.
back. I've rewatched some earlier episodes, and I think they've held up fairly well.
Cool.
You know, for what it is. It's not. I don't know. I don't really watch anything other than cartoons, so I don't really know what to compare it to.
It's been it's probably been a year since I've watched regular show or Adventure Time.
Yeah, easily.
But the most recent season, I don't know. It just seems like their heart isn't in it anymore. Maybe it's just me. But the older episodes, I think, have held up.
SpongeBob went through that too, where it kind of just got bland. Stopped being funny.
You know, that's weird. We just finished all of the SpongeBob that was online and started first season over. And I am remembering the shit out of some early SpongeBob episodes. Like, we just watched them. And I know I haven't seen them for years and years and years. But we haven't yet hit the point where I'm starting to think, okay, this is where the writing's starting to kind of fall off a little bit.
Did you see the episode where they try to teach Squidward how to jellyfish? The firmly grasp it episode.
No.
Was that the one where Squidward was in like a full body cast?
Yeah, and Squidward or Patrick jams the net through his hand.
Okay.
And SpongeBob is blowing on the soup to cool it down.
Yeah.
That was good.
Uh-huh.
I may start watching that.
SpongeBob's good.
Go back to season 1.
Yeah. Season 1 has been very enjoyable.
And
Oh,
and
God.
and for all you listeners out there, all 2 of you. There's more
Who
than
could
that,
possibly be hanging on?
But I highly recommend looking up Tom Kenny going on, I think it was
Yes.
Mark Maron's podcast.
Yes.
And talking about the origin of the SpongeBob voice.
Yes. Homer put me onto that, and I watched it and was not disappointed.
But sort of the gist of it is he got it from a little person when he went to do an audition for some like Christmas ad or something.
Yeah.
And the little person was complaining like, these fucking holidays are the only jobs we can ever get. And that it didn't sound at all like that, but and then apparently Tom Kenny went and told some people and then forgot about it and then
For years or so.
for years. And then someone reminded him and he decided to do that as SpongeBob. It's a lot better than I'm making it sound.
No, yeah, it was good. I just listened to my wife actually was with me. We listened to Gallagher, the comedian Gallagher, walking off of the Mark Maron podcast.
Oh,
Just getting real shitty. Like he had some, handle on the depth and the breadth of what comedy really. Okay, Mr. Fucking Smash the goddamn watermelon.
that was.
You know what quality comedy's all
Look,
about.
let's be fair. The whole fruit smashing thing was like right at the very end
Of
and
his
comprised a very small portion of his shows.
Homer.
At least at one point.
Bringing the knowledge and respect of Gallagher.
I don't give a
I knew
fuck about
nothing.
Gallagher. Now, Gallagher 2, on the other hand.
His brother,
Yeah.
the false Gallagher, who
Yeah.
came to Richmond. Did you know about that, Homer?
I don't think
Gallagher's got a brother that looks just enough like him that he basically jacked his fucking career and like toured as Gallagher. And his brother, I think, sued his ass and shit.
I know there was some other thing where Gallagher went on and talked about Mexicans and like how there were different kinds of Mexicans and I guess
Mexicans and Mexicans.
I mean, there are different kinds of Mexicans.
yeah, I like
There are different kinds of every
yeah,
nation's
it's like and how we're letting in too many of the wrong kind of Mexicans and someone else on the podcast or at least I'm getting all this is like a transcription from someone else who got it from Wikipedia, so who knows? But the gist of it was he was saying like we're letting in too many of the wrong kind, and someone else on there was like, well, what do you mean? What, the wrong kind? Like, what are you talking about? And Gallagher was sort of saying the same thing over and over again, and the other guy was just like, I don't. What point
Yeah.
are you trying to make? I don't know what you're talking about.
That must be him because he basically did that to Mark Maron. He, when asked for further explanation or a deeper, meaning behind what he's saying, he just kind of goes into repeat mode and gets real frustrated and mad. It's kind of like he's maybe old and off his rocker a little bit now.
Kind of like a sovereign citizen.
Kind of like all of us.
Well, yeah, pretty much. It's a pretty common defense mechanism, I think. I would imagine is
Yell and repeat yourself.
just say the same thing over and over again
Yell and repeat yourself.
and hope that
Yell and repeat yourself.
yeah.
Yell and repeat yourself. Does that do bad things to this stuff? It really does? What?
You don't want to blow out that diaphragm.
I could blow out this mic's diaphragm with my penis.
Let's not try.
Well, I didn't know that was even a thing. Like, I feel like I could. So the same thing are on speakers, diaphragms. I feel like I could sit here and scream at a speaker for my entire life, even get as strong at screaming as I've ever possibly could conceivably have been, and not damage a speaker's diaphragm.
Well, find a speaker and point to me where you think the diaphragm is.
Show me on
Is the diaphragm not the membrane that picks up the vibrations and then translates it into Sonic
This is the first I've ever heard.
semen
This
pulses.
is the first I've ever heard of someone referring to it as a diaphragm, but I guess so.
Wait, are you talking about the thing on the mic now or the thing in the speaker?
The speaker.
I'm not. I referred to the thing in the speaker as being similar.
Just don't yell into the microphone like that.
Shut up. I yell all I want. Okay, I won't. But I feel limited. I think this podcast would benefit from a lot of full volume screaming.
I just remembered I need to text the lifter about something. About a battery charger thing and that he had taken home from work because they didn't want it anymore, whoever it was. And I took it apart out of curiosity last night, and I noticed that in addition to the fuse that you just screw out, like on the outside, there's another fuse inside that's actually on the circuit board. And that one was blown, and that might be why it wasn't working.
Blown fuses do tend to lead to non-function.
So I'm going to do that on this podcast.
I know.
Because I know everyone is super concerned about it.
I'm watching all of this go down. I feel like I'm at an uninteresting holiday event at a friend's house. Just a bunch of people sitting looking at their phones.
I feel like I am at an uninteresting event at a friend's house.
Yeah. You want me to start like putting on some different outfits and shit? We can see what my wife's been wearing lately. I'll go get the dirty laundry and I'll just start putting on her clothing. Or do you want me to wait?
Please
till
do.
you go? All right, cool. That's what I'm going to do as soon as you leave anyway, so what the fuck? God. I'd look fucked up in some of my wife's clothes. We've tried to put me in some of her clothes before. In fact, her tiny little girl jeans
Fit you pretty well, as it turns out.
My wife can buy clothing in children's sizes. She does. Her mom just went to Walmart and
Most people can buy clothing in children's sizes.
I think
Wrong,
everybody
Homer.
can
wrong. No, you have to have stacks to be able to
Anybody
purchase
with-
that
with-
kind of shit.
with the currency to
Yeah.
do so.
Fair enough. Yeah, but she can wear it.
What happened when Cinderella got to the ball? She gagged a little.
Yeah, okay. She asked Lance Armstrong where the other one was. Aren't there supposed to be two here?
Where did little Susie go when the bomb went off?
Everywhere.
Pretty much all over the place.
In every direction possible. Wherever she wanted.
Oh, speaking of the lifter and the television he watches, there was one where some police officers go to a woman and they're like, "Oh, your husband died," and apparently they were trying to have a baby before he died, and she was like, "I guess instead of baby things, now I have to go shopping for a coffin for my husband." Like that's pretty much.
Was that written by, or was this reality TV?
This was written.
Okay, somebody wrote that.
Yeah.
Wow. There's somebody getting paid a fuckload of money to be that sucky, and it makes
Yeah.
me so mad. I could do that bad. I could do that bad. I could do that poorly.
Do what?
Write badly?
Oh.
I could write badly.
I think.
Could you write badly well though?
That's the rub. I've given that a try a few times and it worked out for me. I amuse myself, as most who know me know.
Oh, he says to hold on to it, I may do something with it. Yep,
He says that a lot.
you can take that however you want.
He says that rather frequently.
That one is open for interpretation. That's the kind of thing I should do when my ASMR. Hold on to it. I may have a use for it later.
Oh, I thought you were just going to say read text from the lifter.
Yes.
I need the car later. I've got to go to work. I don't know what else the lifter communicates.
No. Tiny's the one who's gonna.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, the lifter. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was thinking
He's
Tiny.
gonna need it today. In fact.
Fuck, man. What's Skittles up to?
Not much.
Thank God.
He's got chickens though
Ah,
out there, and he's gonna be doing a garden too.
you keep talking about chickens. If my wife tunes in, she's gonna make me work. I saw little baby chickens at Orscheln recently in cages. They just look like little shitty dinosaurs to me. I don't really
That's
until the
because that's what they
feathers. Yeah, you're right. But I don't know. That yellow fluffy feather shit that they've got going on goes a long way toward making people think them things are cute and cuddly, and they are gross little monsters.
Birds are disgusting.
Oh man.
All birds are disgusting.
Yeah. I could not own a bird as a pet. Unless I was like one of them hawks.
I did briefly.
Like a falconer or something. And you could have it outside. No. What did you have? You have a little parakeet?
No, it was a chicken.
Oh.
It was a rooster, actually.
They're on 12th?
Mm-hmm.
So you played with a cock when you were a kid?
Yep.
Lots of
I
cocks,
remember my
I'd imagine.
childhood going outside
That
and
big red
playing with
cock.
my cock.
No, not going outside.
Oh,
Why would you go outside to
Yeah.
play with your cock?
I had kept that inside.
is
Yeah.
it inside? Is it inside cock?
If you go outside and play with your cock, somebody might see you and then kidnap you.
Yeah. My grandma got me an Easter chick for Easter one year.
Did she ask your parents?
No. I think that was part of it.
Can I guess some reactions?
Actually, it was a long time ago. I don't remember.
You were shielded from the reactions.
This was kindergarten.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Before homeschooling.
Mm-hmm.
This was when Max was being socialized briefly. We know where that went.
And I can see Max playing a game on his phone.
Are you fucking kidding me? All right, shut it down. I got shit to do. I'd rather do a lot of things than try to talk about shit while Max is playing mobile games on my couch.
I'm telling you the story about my chicken, but you don't seem all that interested. So
Well, yeah, because the story's shit. It's shit. My grandma got me a chicken when I was little. Okay.
it was mean. It attacked me.
Yeah, fucking chickens are evil. Especially roosters are evil.
It was much like Foghorn Leghorn. It was a Rhode Island Red.
Did y'all snap its neck and eat that bitch?
No, we gave it to some farmer.
At Walmart.
It's some farmer that my kindergarten teacher knew.
Oh man, so you asked your teacher, you were like, "Hey, look, I got this rooster that's
I
fucking
didn't ask that bitch shit.
trying to peck my eyes out." Oh,
Teacher, I want to talk to you about my cock.
was that before you used language to adults?
No.
When did you start?
That's why
talking?
he ended up being homeschooled, is because he kept talking about his cock.
Yeah. My big red cock
I want to share it with the farmer.
keeps jumping out on
Can I
everybody.
show the class my cock?
I want to go out on the farm and play with my cock.
This is hilarious.
No, all right.
And you realize we're going to be bringing this up every week. I know I will.
Bullshit. You aren't going to remember anything that happens
Homer
today.
remembers a lot better than I do. That's for sure. Homer will remember.
I'm getting a call.
Oh, take it.
Put it on speaker.
Take it on the air.
Hello?
Maybe I should do the other voice.
I did, and it was. Not a problem.
Is this turning you on? This is kind of, I don't know. I'm feeling weird. This is better than ASMR.
All right.
My kink is listening to Homer discuss things with his family on the telephone.
Yeah, things are going fine. It's looking that way.
You're ruining the atmosphere.
I really shouldn't play with my nipples.
It looks like a few of them did.
Viewers, are you enjoying this?
No viewers.
Wait, listeners. I keep getting confused. I think I'm at my TV job.
All right.
You're still ruining it.
Bye.
I was who
I've been anticipating getting a phone call. That's why. So I put my phone on vibrate.
nice. Oh,
But
man.
that was my dad.
No,
They're
the Homer patriarch.
they had him and
The big homer.
not mom
Yeah.
had gone to the Southwest. Well, they went
Oh.
to Texas anyway. Stopped at like Georgia. Been visiting relatives. Visited one of her sons.
Were they in Texas for WrestleMania? It was in Dallas.
I don't think they were. Oh man,
They're
and
keeping some dirty secrets from the family.
I don't think they were in Dallas like at any point.
Okay.
Oh,
Although speaking of Dallas, I have started reading 11/22/63
Oh, yeah?
by Stephen King, and it's not good. But you know what? I really wanted to start reading something, and I started.
There are many who say that is his best book.
What? I don't even know what it is. Is it the Kennedy?
Yeah, a guy owns a diner in a small town, and discovers that it is a portal
Oh,
to
fuck.
1959.
Oh, my God.
There's Tiny wanting to know about the car,
They are doing a series based on that book.
Yes,
On Hulu.
on
right
Hulu.
now. Yeah.
starring James Franco
Yeah.
as the high school teacher who goes back in time.
I really don't like him.
What?
He makes my dick super soft.
What you got against Franco?
I just said it. Laid it all out right there in one statement. He makes my dick super soft. He ruins my priapism.
What do you
I'm walking around fully torqued all day, and then Franco comes on screen.
What do you have against Mrs. Seth Rogen?
And even that doesn't bother me. I don't care. Those two can fuck each other. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. He's just gross. And I hate... He's bad on Saturday Night Live, if I remember right. Or maybe I just don't like him. I just don't
And
like him.
Saturday Night Live is usually just the hallmark of quality.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, it's
It's a
true.
great. It's a great benchmark to judge.
It's funny that
anybody
we're
on.
still watching Saturday Night Live. Yeah. Now that we're out of the better era.
The better era
the great
is
hater age.
when it wasn't on the air.
Oh, man. I liked Bill
when it wasn't
Hader. I liked Fred
Fred Armisen.
Armisen.
Jason Sudeikis,
Yeah.
Kristen Wiig.
California. Kristen Wiig.
The only
They
good
still have a strong female cast. I don't...
by strong female cast, you mean it has women in it?
And they don't need no man.
Well, one of them doesn't.
Could you mansplain that to me?
Well, one of them doesn't want a man.
Don't want no man.
The only good time. Well, I've
Oh my
got
God.
no idea, but
Brief aside. Speaking of not needing a man,
Derailed.
more wrestling shit. But this is funny.
What?
They got rid of the Divas title. They introduced the women's championship. The first person to win this women's championship won it with the help of a man. So yeah, go women.
Okay. I don't... Yeah. Like,
Yep.
the man wrestled a woman?
No, Ric Flair intervened and helped his daughter Charlotte win.
Oh. Ric Flair's a good-ass wrestler.
Yeah, she
One of the best.
women's empowerment.
well, anyway, the best person to ever appear on Saturday Night Live was Norm Macdonald. He is a treasure
Okay, as a cast member.
Man.
as a cast member and just in general as a person. Did
We're talking
really
guest stars.
really great work on Weekend Update.
Norm's tough for me.
You love Norm. You
Because
know
he's
it.
got- Just-
He's got his moments, but he's a shitty man. As a shitty man, I'm saying he's a shitty man.
Norm just did not care. I think my favorite one though is he brought up like someone did a study about whether men or women, what people think as far as men or women who's more responsible for car accidents, and they were like, well, minor fender benders, the majority are women. For fatal accidents or more serious ones, the majority are men. He says, now, if you're a math kind of person, you may notice these pie charts don't add up to 100%. That's because the math was done by a woman. He says, oh yeah. And he says, oh yeah, for all you people booing and hissing, that joke was written by a woman. Yeah, now you don't know what the hell to do you? I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
Norm's good. He's
really great delivery. He didn't care.
He's a shithead. He's a good natural ass Canadian shithead.
His podcast with Gilbert Gottfried was great.
Yes. His podcast can't. I've had fun watching.
And also Gilbert Gottfried. God bless that man.
Oh.
And his numerous tweets in the wake of the tsunami in Japan.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, the tsunami that took out the Fukushima.
I remember the tsunami. I don't remember Gilbert
power plant. Well, he made a number of jokes about them. Like, he went and him and his wife met with a realtor in Japan, and we're like, well, is there a good school around here? And the realtor said, well, not right now, but wait a few minutes. And just a lot of that apparently. BuzzFeed, of course, is like the 10 most awful, reprehensible things he tweeted. And apparently Aflac, according to Wikipedia, like 70% of their business is in Japan for some weird reason. So Aflac dropped him because, and I'm fine with that actually.
Yeah.
Because at that point you can be like, that's legitimately a business decision. And
no, absolutely.
They were offended.
Yeah.
I'm sure they played into it, but
Lance Armstrong hosted Saturday Night Live.
Wow, I didn't know that. That was before I dipped back in.
Wow.
So did Ed Asner. I'd like to see that episode.
Ed Asner. Oh, I can't remember his name. He was the cop on Freakazoid. Hey, you. Cut it out.
Freakazoid?
Yeah. Do you remember Freakazoid?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
I remember Zoids.
Freakazoid was good.
Fucking 80s kid. You don't remember Freakazoid?
No.
But it was pretty great. I listened to the commentary, and I do that with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I just like finding out more about the filmmaking process. And apparently the guy who voiced Freakazoid was like one of the head writers, and he wasn't like supposed to. They were doing auditions and people kept coming in and they kept fucking it up. And he was just like, okay, fine. We're going to get the auditions. We're going to get everyone in here and I'm going to show them the kind of thing we want. And he just went into it and he just he went off script, started ad-libbing and everything. And they were just like, okay, whoever was in charge was just like, you know what? You're going to do it. And not only that, but apparently somehow the people animating the show, the company in Korea or Japan or whatever that was responsible for the animation, was under the impression that everything he said was in the show. When a lot of it was not in the script at all. So they just animated everything and then they were just like, you know what? Let's put it in there.
Weird. Wow. I'll look into Freakazoid. Freakazoids.
A lot. That's why I have a hard time believing a lot of conspiracy theories, is that so much of the shit that happens just sort of happens.
Yeah.
It's really hard to plan something that big, that far in advance, and have it go that well.
Well, and plus the idea that you've got that many evil people in collusion.
Yeah.
Without any sort of leak. I mean, think about...
Without anyone stabbing someone else in the back in a way that goes public.
Exactly. With evil people, that's the kind of shit that you would expect. I mean, unless they're just compelled by some other reason. But...
Well, it's the reptilian overlords who live in the center of the earth who are also Jews.
Mm-hmm.
Fact. And on that note, I'm sure we've hit 2 hours.
Let me see if I can find out.
God, you need to learn to use this shit.
152.
And let me talk briefly about Eugene Merman. He plays Gene on Bob's Burgers.
I thought we might have seen him at. Okay, you keep going.
He was in an episode of Broad City.
Thank you.
Briefly.
I knew it. Yeah,
He was the
my wife and I,
exterminator.
he looks like fucking Gene, and he sounds like Gene.
Yeah.
Yes, I told you when you were telling me about that. It was Eugene Merman.
And actually, he even had a bit in the stand-up special that I don't know if it's still on Netflix, called "Vegan on His Way to the Complaint Store," and he talks about going into like some Guitar World or some chain music Guitar Center to get some guitar strings, and someone brought up Gene on Bob's Burgers and how much they liked it while talking to him, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't know who does it though." He's like, "You
Wow.
mean me?
You mean yeah?
And,
Wow.
He
I can't replicate.
Anyway,
that. I can't even come close.
he had a couple things. It was some stand-up he did like in England somewhere. I don't. If you look up Eugene Merman on YouTube, it should be pretty high up on the list. And in the background, you can see black lettering on white background. They've got like some panels set up behind him with his name everywhere, just in case you forget. I don't know. And he did a couple things about. He's done a few things about how he's Jewish that I thought were pretty funny. Like in that one on YouTube, he talks. He wrote a letter to Time Warner because they were the ones doing his internet and his phone in his apartment. He had moved, and like they tried to set it up on like a Wednesday afternoon, and they didn't call him. Mm-hmm. And at one point, he says that he was calling. He was trying to get God to smite them with various plagues, like what happened with Moses. He says, "Now, first, I'm pretty sure you would have to enslave the Jews, but since you have a monopoly in New York, I think you already have."
Sounds valid.
Or he has a story about doing a book reading, and he went to one at a bookstore, and he was reading from a book he had apparently written that I'd never heard of. And he gets to a part in the book where he says, "Well, I'm Jewish. Sorry." And she had been like angrily eating a bowl of noodles. For some reason, they were letting her do that in the bookstore, and she was very shocked. Like, "Why would you say that?" And he responded with, "Because it's a horrible thing," which greatly troubled her, but amused him greatly. Yeah.
Did we just see a glimpse into like this scene where the one detail about the woman, besides being offended by the Jewish statements, was that she was eating noodles in a bookstore?
Yeah. Apparently angrily eating them. Or something. Anyway, that's close enough to 2 hours for me.
Some ill-tempered noodle eating woman.
I'm getting out of here.
I'm going through the list. I was fact-checking your statement that Norm was the best person to ever be on Saturday Night Live. I'm going through the list of people who have guested on Saturday Night Live.
Roseanne Barr.
You're not wrong.
All right.
Faith No More was a musical guest at one point.
Surely in the early 90s. Early to mid 90s.
Bella Fleck made a cameo. Not a musical performance, just a cameo.
Man.
Oh, Faith No More released a new album somewhat recently.
I remember reading that they were working on an album last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I have not listened to it.
I will
Maybe
listen to it. Yeah, we'll listen to Faith No More this week.
I'm going to get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Man, we didn't even take a break this.
Fuck everybody that's made it this far. You're insane.
We were on a tear.
Yeah, I gotta piss like crazy, and I gotta poop.
Bye, everybody. Out of the show. SellarPodcast@gmail.com.
Will you come hold my hand while I poop? Because this is gonna be bad. Oh my god.
And that's gonna do it.